Hey everybody, Tom Olson here and Jared from Olson Group Network. We are here in Gary, Indiana. And I just had to do a quick video and I wanted to send it to all of my turnkey buyers, my lenders, and the people that are already own houses from that Olson Property Services is managing. And I just kind of wanted to open up this quick video and just kind of talk to you just a little bit about what we're doing here. So for about the last 18 months or so, I have been investing heavily myself in Gary, Indiana. I know if you guys know me, if you follow me on Facebook or on Instagram or anywhere else, if you've listened to me speak, you know I have two big dreams in my life, and one is to give away $1 billion, and the other one is to flip the city of Gary, Indiana. And when I say that, I really mean change the culture, change the community from the inside out. So change communities within the community and be able to help the community by doing so. So what we're doing right now, this house that you can see behind us is actually in Gary, Indiana. This is a house right now that we have completely renovated and we are rolling out. We have two different programs that we already have with our regular B-class neighborhoods, but this is definitely a C-class neighborhood. I want to make sure that my investors understand that. This is a lot lower priced. This is a little bit higher crime, but the returns are much better for me. And I don't feel like in good conscience that I can hide this secret any longer. I really honestly believe in Gary, Indiana, from an investment standpoint. I couldn't stand here in front of you 3 years ago and honestly give you this and tell you with good conscience, I think this is a good investment for somebody. But today I can stand here and I can say that with a good conscience and say, I believe in Gary, Indiana. I believe that you will get good returns. I believe you will have higher maintenance. You will have higher turnover. But I think in the long run, you're going to find out that the price points that you're going to get the properties for and what you can rent them for far outweigh those risks. This is something else that I know I believe, and I understand that this is going to come across a little speculative, but we are seeing it happen right in front of my eyes. So it's kind of hard to say it's speculative when I'm seeing prices jump from $45,000, $55,000 to $100,000 and $120,000. We just sold a house right in the middle of Tolston on 19th in Gary, Indiana, for $120,000 is the purchase price. So, and then I've seen houses sell for $150,000. And these houses were houses that 2-3 years ago would have never sold for more than $50,000 or $55,000. So when I'm seeing that right in front of my eyes and I can show MLS data and I can see it happen, it tells me a lot of things. So number one, it is a little bit speculative. That I believe these houses that right now we're selling for $45,000 to $55,000 are going to be worth $80,000 to $100,000 in the next 2, 3, 4 years. But it's really what I believe. I'm not promising it. I'm not guaranteeing it. But it's just what I believe. And I'm going to tell you why I believe that right now. So in the last 9 months now, so I've been saying 8 months for about the last month and a half, but it's been about the last 9 months, there have been major jobs that have been announced in the last, like I said, 9 months. So we've got Isoter Middle, who's doing almost $1 billion renovation on their plant here for the steel mill, which is going to produce, I think they said 3,000 temporary jobs. So that means jobs of people that are going to come here and stay for 2 or 3 years. And then 1,200 to 1,300 permanent new jobs. That's just one of these things that are happening. Amazon now has a small distribution place here, which they're talking about expanding already. If you go down and look at the airport, go look at all of the new building things that are happening on the actual airport land right now. They're expanding that, and a lot of the different companies are coming in and building airplane hangars on the actual airport. They're talking about, and I think they had got an approval already from the state to move the casino onto 8094, which will actually be a hotel and bring a lot more jobs to that area. But also, what I think is more important isn't the casino, which that is a big deal in itself, but the fact that they're going to open up the port to bring in new jobs from that. I believe in Gary, Indiana, and I believe it's going to be a logistics town. It's going to be a city. It's right in the Midwest. We're right on Chicago. We've got airways, which we have now, like I said, that Gary Airport has a longer runway than Midway Airport in Chicago. Most people don't realize that, so they can get the big planes in there. We've got railroads, right, Jared? Mm-hmm. Lots of railroads. Of so sometimes we get stopped on the tracks on the way to work sometimes, and it's a little annoying for us, but it's a vehicle of transportation. We have highways. I-65 is north and south right from Chicago all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. 8094 runs east and west, coast to coast. There's not very many other places in the entire country that can claim that. In addition to that, we are right on Lake Michigan. And I also believe, as much as I believe in Gary, Indiana, I believe in Miller Beach, and I believe that what's happening in Miller Beach right now is also going to help dictate what happens throughout Gary. But Miller Beach has Etna, which is right next to it. It's been a bad area for a while, and I still wouldn't say is a A or B class neighborhood. However, rents have gotten stronger, and they're right on a South Shore train stop. So basically, you can live right there in Etna and be downtown Chicago with the train stop within 40 minutes or so. So it's a very quick train ride in there. So and on top of that, Pete Lasklowski, our congressman here, is working very hard and has been working very hard diligently on getting some major projects happening with that South Shore train. They're actually adding a whole extra track to that, and I believe that will happen soon. Another big announcement that's happened is a whole steel, I'm not sure, I don't remember what the name of it is, but another steel company is moving from Illinois to Gary, Indiana. And that's going to be, they're going to have to build the whole plant and add, I think it's almost the same amount of jobs that they'll be bringing to Gary, Indiana, as ArcelorMittal is actually expanding on their plant. I mean, day after day, even in Holborn, Indiana, which is, 15 minutes from where I'm standing right now here in Gary, Indiana, they're expanding and adding 500 plus jobs on that thing. So it's just, if you follow me on Facebook, if you follow all the things that we do, you'll see that I'm posting all these things, and it's very exciting. It's one of these times where I feel like God has placed us in the right place at the right time, and I think that's really what you want. You want to place yourself in a position where if something does happen, so let's just say I'm wrong. Let's just say all these houses are not worth $80,000 or $100,000 in 3-5 years. I believe it's going to happen, but let's just say they don't. Let's just go over the numbers of a typical turnkey property that we're going to be selling here in Gary, Indiana. Let's just say you pay $50,000 for that house. If it rents for $850 a month and you have 7% vacancy and 7% turnover, maintenance, and you have a 10% property management fee, your taxes are $1,200 a month, $1,200 a year, you tell me, do the numbers still work for you or not? Is it still a really good deal or not? So think about that. We will be selling these active turnkey as well. I don't think we're going to be able to give you the 75%. It's probably going to be more like 85, maybe even 90%. But honestly, we're going to sell it to the active turnkey buyers first. And kind of give them first dibs on buying some of these properties that we're really excited about rolling out. And like I said, at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to get these types of deals for much longer. I don't think it's going to happen. I really believe that we are positioned in the right place at the right time, and we really only have about 18 months left of this type of market. So if this interests you, I highly recommend getting a hold of Jared. Text him, email him, call him. Maybe respond back to this post if this is on social media, or respond back to this email if you're getting this on email. But we really do appreciate you guys as being Olson Group Network supporters, and we really hope that you will help us flip the city of Gary, but in so doing, I hope that you will come along and make a lot of money doing so as well. So with this, I just wanted to say hey and give you guys kind of what we're doing and how much we believe in this message and active turnkey and the turnkey product that we will be selling and rolling out right now in Gary, Indiana. Hope you guys have a good day.